Cade Cunningham. He was once hyped as one of the next LeBrons, and while that label gets thrown around like confetti, Cade actually gave people reasons to say it. Back in Arlington, Texas, he showed early signs of dominance, then leveled up at Montverde Academy with an undefeated senior season. By college, he was torching the Big 12 at Oklahoma State with over 20 points a game and racking up every award they had lying around. He went first overall in the 2021 draft, and not long after, people were pointing to his stat lines and comparing them to LeBron's early days. He even outdid LeBron's age record with a 25-8-8 game that included 5 3-pointers. That got loud. Then came the injury, left shin stress fracture, season done. But instead of fading out, he came back like nothing happened. 22.7 points, 7.5 assists, new max deal worth $269 million. The next season, even better. He averaged 26.1 points and ranked top 10 in scoring and assists. He made his first All-Star game, landed All-NBA, and pushed Detroit into the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. In the postseason, he dropped a playoff triple-double and averaged 25 points, nearly 9 assists, and over 8 boards. So, is he the next LeBron? Not really, but he's carved out his own lane. Cooper Flagg. He started in tiny Newport, Maine, but his game was never small. As a freshman at Nokomis, he stacked over 20 points, 10 boards, and nearly 4 blocks a game. Then became the first freshman to win Maine's Top Player Award. After transferring to Montverde, he helped them go undefeated, grabbed multiple national awards, and proved he belonged in every top recruit convo. By the time he hit Duke, the next LeBron buzz was heating up. He dropped 42 points in an ACC game, set school records, and led Duke to the Final Four. And yeah, he won so many awards that his trophy shelf probably needs its own insurance policy. After one college season, he went first overall to Dallas in the 2025 draft. His summer debut was rocky, but he immediately bounced back with a 31-point performance. He got praised by Shaq for how calm he looked, and LeBron himself complimented his maturity and versatility. Analysts keep comparing his IQ and polish to LeBron's early days. One executive even said he's the most complete 18-year-old since LeBron. Scalabrine called him a basketball supercomputer. The Mavericks got a top pick who's already being compared to one of the greatest ever. But unlike a lot of names thrown into the next LeBron fire, Cooper's done nothing but earn the attention. From high school to college to the pros, everything points toward a player who's not overwhelmed by the noise. He's building something real. R.J. Barrett. Coming out of Canada, he already had buzz before he hit the States. After dominating high school ball in Mississauga, he transferred to Montverde and led them to an undefeated season, sweeping all major high school awards. The first player to do that since LeBron. That kicked off the next LeBron talk. At Duke, he didn't slow down. He averaged over 22 points, nearly 8 boards, and 4 assists a game, while also grabbing first-team All-American, ACC Player of the Year, and dropping 33 points in his very first game. He even recorded one of Duke's rare triple-doubles. Then came the draft. He was taken 3rd overall by New York in 2019. Before turning 21, he had already put up over 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 300 assists. Only a few names have done that, and yes, LeBron's one of them. He averaged around 18 points over 4.5 seasons with the Knicks, but didn't quite reach that superstar tier. In 2023, he got traded to Toronto, and things picked up. He dropped 37 points in one game, earned his first triple-double, and averaged 21 points, over 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in the following season. LeBron comparisons were strong early, especially after the high school awards sweep. Head-to-head, Barrett's held his own statistically, but over time, it's clear there's still a big gap between promise and that legendary legacy. By the way, if you guys want to subscribe, I'm going to be posting every day. Thanks. Anyways, Anthony Davis. He wasn't always a giant, but by the time he hit his senior year in Chicago, he'd grown into a 6'10" shot-blocking nightmare. He went from an unknown charter school guard to the top high school recruit in the country. Then at Kentucky, he wrecked the paint, set records in blocks, and led them to a national title while stacking awards like Defensive Player of the Year and Most Outstanding Player. No one questioned why he went first in the 2012 draft. In New Orleans, he exploded onto the scene. He made the all-rookie team, earned All-Star nods, led the league in blocks, and stacked All-NBA and All-Defense honors. By the time he got traded to the Lakers in 2019, he was already feared. That same year, he went off with a 40-point, 20-rebound game in just 30 minutes, and later helped them win a championship in 2020. He signed a massive deal, kept stuffing stat sheets, and added an NBA Cup win. in 2023 with a monster performance. He ended up winning a championship with LeBron. By 2025, he was traded to Dallas in a deal that shook the league. In his debut, he dropped 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks. The comparisons to LeBron when he was young came less from hype and more from impact. He redefined the modern big. He's won 3 golds with Team USA, been an All-Star 10 times, and continues to anchor elite-level play no matter what jersey he's wearing. OJ Mayo. Back when most kids were worried about algebra, he was dropping 23 points per game in 7th grade against high schoolers. By the time he hit his senior year, he was putting up nearly 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists a night across multiple schools. He had a state title, 2 Mr. Basketball awards, and the label everyone tosses around carelessly, the next LeBron. At USC, he played 1 strong season, averaging over 20 points and earning All-Pac 10 honors. He went 3rd in the 2008 draft and got traded to Memphis on day 1. Right away, he showed out, 2nd in Rookie of the Year voting, All-Rookie First Team, and flashed the kind of scoring talent that got him all that attention in the first place. But it didn't last. He averaged nearly 14 points across 8 NBA seasons with Memphis, Dallas, and Milwaukee. But suspensions and inconsistency started to chip away at the shine. A 10-game suspension in 2011, a fight over a card game, and eventually a fractured ankle, and a league ban in 2016 for violating the anti-drug policy. After the NBA, he bounced overseas, Puerto Rico, China, Russia, Egypt, and finally transitioned to coaching in 2024. The LeBron comparisons were built on raw talent and early dominance. But unlike LeBron's 20-plus year legacy, Mayo's career veered off course early and never made it back. Victor Wembanyama. They called him the most hyped prospect since LeBron. And honestly, he gave them plenty of reasons. Born in France in 2004, he grew up surrounded by athletes. By age 15, he was already playing pro ball in France. From Nanterre to Asvel to Metropolitans 92, he kept stacking awards. League MVP, Best Defender, Top Scorer, Rebounder, and Blocker. Before he ever touched an NBA court, he had already built a resume that made scouts foam at the mouth. Then the Spurs grabbed him 1st overall in 2023. His rookie season wasn't just good, it was absurd. He became the first rookie ever to post over 1,500 points, 200 blocks, and 100 threes in a single season. He led the league in blocks, made all-defense first team, and won Rookie of the Year unanimously. His second year started even louder, 50-point games, 5x5 stat lines, and more freaky numbers. He earned an All-Star nod, but got shut down after a deep vein thrombosis diagnosis in his shoulder. At that point, he was averaging over 24 points, 11 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, and led the league again in blocks. In the Olympics, he helped France grab silver and looked dominant. The comparisons to LeBron, those came from his total package: size, skill, IQ, and the way he bends the game. He's not just tall, he's terrifying. And even with the setback, it feels like this is just the beginning. Andrew Wiggins. When he came out of Huntington Prep, people were already throwing around the next LeBron label. He had the bounce, the polish, and every major high school award you could name. Naismith, Gatorade, all of it. He went to Kansas for 1 season, then got picked 1st overall in 2014 by Cleveland, only to be traded before even suiting up. Sent to Minnesota for Kevin Love. In Minnesota, he hit the ground running. He won Rookie of the Year, made All-Rookie First Team, and became one of the Timberwolves' franchise leaders in games played and total points. His production was steady, but he didn't quite become the game changer many expected. In 2020, the Warriors picked him up, and everything shifted. He played a key role in their 2022 title run with a massive 26-point, 13-rebound finals game. That same year, he became an All-Star. Then in 2025, he was traded to Miami in a 5-team deal. In March, he dropped 42 points to break a brutal losing streak. That season, he averaged 18 points, 4.5 rebounds, and nearly 3 assists while shooting almost 45%. The LeBron comparisons didn't age well. Wiggins himself called them dumb, said no one's gonna be the next LeBron. He's right. The hype was real, but his career turned into something else. Solid, respected, and still going. Just not the LeBron route. Luka. From Slovenia to Spain to the NBA, his rise has been ridiculous. He debuted professionally at 16 with Real Madrid, and by 18, he had already been named EuroLeague MVP, Final Four MVP, and Liga ACB MVP, all in 1 season. That resume alone put him on the next LeBron radar before he even got drafted. He entered the league in 2018, going 3rd overall and landing in Dallas. Rookie of the Year? Check. All-Rookie First Team? Obviously. Fast forward a few years, and he led the league in scoring while dragging the Mavericks to the NBA Finals. Then came the blockbuster, February 2025. Dallas traded him to the Lakers in a mid-season deal for Anthony Davis. It was the first trade ever to feature two All-NBA players mid-year. Luka put up 28 points, over 8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game through 28 appearances in Los Angeles. He signed a 3-year deal worth $165 million, becoming the face of the franchise in the post-LeBron era. His numbers are insane. Over 28 points, 8.5 rebounds, and more than 8 assists per game through 450 games. The LeBron talk? It's not wild. From IQ to playmaking to stat lines, he's been pacing ahead of LeBron's early numbers. But Luka's not a copy. He's his own blueprint. And now with the Lakers, he's chasing a legacy that looks less like a shadow and more like a spotlight. Anthony Edwards. He came out of Atlanta with serious hype, 5-star recruit, top of the 2019 class, and already showing flashes of NBA-level athleticism. At Georgia, he averaged over 19 points a game as a freshman and walked away with SEC Freshman of the Year. He went number 1 in the 2020 draft and hit the ground running in Minnesota. His rookie year was strong enough for all rookie honors and a second-place finish in Rookie of the Year voting. Over 5 seasons, he's averaged nearly 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. But it's the last couple seasons that pushed him into a different conversation. In 2024, he became the first Timberwolves player to average over 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Only 3 players, LeBron, Michael Jordan, and Oscar Robertson, had hit 2,000 points, 400 boards, and 400 assists at a younger age. By 2025, he averaged over 27 points, led the league in three-pointers made, and became the youngest player ever to hit 1,000 made threes. In the playoffs, he's averaging almost 27 points with multiple 40-point performances and 2 straight conference finals appearances. He's drawn LeBron comparisons because of that rare mix of dominance, confidence, and production. Even Shaq compared him to young Kobe and Wade. Edwards called out the pressure, handled the spotlight, and just kept rising. At this point, he's earned his place in the conversation without needing anyone else's legacy. Paolo Banchero. He came into the league with a polished game, and in just 3 seasons, he's already made it clear he's the guy in Orlando. Born in Seattle, he was a 2-sport athlete in high school before locking in on basketball and averaging over 22 points, 11 boards, and nearly 4 assists by his junior year. At Duke, he led them to the Final Four and averaged over 17 points per game as a freshman. He was picked first overall in the 2022 draft and didn't wait to make noise. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks in his debut. Only LeBron had a similar stat line in their first game. He won Rookie of the Year and quickly became the focal point of the Magic offense. His second year, an All-Star selection and a jump to over 22 points per game. Then came 2025. He dropped 50 points in the season opener, missed time with a torn oblique, then came back and casually scored 36 with 10 rebounds. He finished that season averaging nearly 26 points across 46 games. In the playoffs, he's averaged 28 points over 12 career games and hit nearly 45% from deep this past postseason. The LeBron comparisons still pop up. His size, scoring, and poise have kept him in could be the best in the East conversation. Orlando clearly agrees. They gave him $239 million to stay and lead their next era. Ben Simmons. He came into the league with hype and expectations that were bigger than his jump shot. Born in Melbourne, moved to Florida, and starred at Montverde, where he was named National Player of the Year. After 1 season at LSU, where he averaged big numbers but missed the NCAA tournament, he went first overall in the 2016 draft. In Philly, things started strong. Rookie of the Year, All-Star appearances, All-Defense honors, and triple-doubles that had people whispering about LeBron comparisons. LeBron even said Simmons could be better than him if he put in the work. But in the 2021 playoffs, things unraveled. He passed up an open dunk in Game 7, shot 34% from the line, and suddenly that LeBron talk dried up. He held out, got traded to Brooklyn, and spent more time on injury reports than on the court, 90 games in 3 years. By 2025, Brooklyn waived him. He signed a minimum deal with the Clippers and had a decent debut, 12 points, 7 boards, 6 assists. But no one's throwing around LeBron comparisons now. That label, Next LeBron, didn't survive the injuries, the confidence collapse, or the brutal playoff missteps. Today, Simmons is a role player trying to reset his career, not a franchise savior. The skill was real, the flashes were real, but the full picture nowhere close to the path LeBron carved out. Zion Williamson. From the moment he exploded onto the scene in high school with gravity-defying dunks, the next LeBron talk kicked into overdrive. At Spartanburg Day School, he was a 5-star phenom, winning state titles while breaking backboards on YouTube. Then came Duke, where he averaged over 22 points and nearly 9 rebounds, while shooting an absurd 68% from the field. He won every college award they could print and went first overall in the 2019 draft. His rookie debut, 22 points and 7 boards in limited minutes. And then he rattled off one of the longest streaks, a 20-point, 50% shooting games by a rookie in league history. By 2021, he was an all-star and dropping 30-plus points on insane efficiency, like that 14 for 15 shooting night that put him in rare company. The problem has never been his talent. It's been staying on the court. He missed the entire 2022 season with a foot injury, and in 2025, he only played 30 games, sidelined again by a hamstring issue and a backbone contusion. He's averaged nearly 25 points per game on almost 60% shooting across his career, but every season has felt like a cliffhanger. The LeBron comparison made sense in terms of impact and freakish ability, but now, at 25, it's about whether he can stay healthy long enough to write his own legacy instead of being just another what-if. Jabari Parker. He was that guy in high school, won 4 straight state titles at Simeon in Chicago, and was crowned Player of the Year by just about every outlet that mattered. At Duke, he looked like the real deal, averaged over 19 points, pulled down rebounds, hit threes, and collected awards. By the 2014 draft, he was neck and neck with Andrew Wiggins for top pick talk, and the next LeBron buzz was hanging in the air. He went second overall to Milwaukee, started strong, and then came the first ACL tear. He bounced back, looked solid, then tore it again. After that, things never quite got back on track. He played for 6 teams, over 8 NBA seasons: Bucks, Bulls, Wizards, Hawks, Kings, Celtics, and never stuck long enough to regain that early momentum. He still averaged about 14 points and over 5 boards per game on nearly 50% shooting, but the injuries and the defensive struggles made him expendable fast. Eventually, the NBA door started closing. Then came Barcelona. He signed overseas in 2023, dropped 34 points in 1 game, the club's highest in over a decade, and kept his career alive. By 2025, he was with Partizan Belgrade in Serbia, playing in the EuroLeague and ABA League. The LeBron comparison? A draft day headline, more than anything else. In head-to-head matchups, LeBron dominated the stat sheets and won 10 of 13 games. Parker had the hype, but the path split early and stayed that way. Ja Morant. He wasn't a blue-chip recruit coming out of high school, but by his second season at Murray State, he became the first NCAA player ever to average 20 points and 10 assists in a season. He went second overall in the 2019 draft and immediately became the face of the Memphis Grizzlies. He won Rookie of the Year, earned multiple All-Star selections, grabbed a Most Improved Player award, and made All-NBA. His career averages through 6 seasons sit at over 22 points, 7 assists, and nearly 5 rebounds per game. In 2025, he put up 23 points and over 7 assists across 50 games. The LeBron comparison was more for his highlight, dunks and playmaking flair. He's also had his share of turbulence. He missed games in 2025 due to foot soreness, a hip injury in the playoffs, and fell short of award eligibility by not reaching 65 games. Off the court, he's had repeated issues, suspensions, fines, and NBA warnings over gun gesture celebrations. He was fined $75,000 in 2025 after ignoring league warnings. Despite everything, the Grizzlies front office still backs him as their franchise star. LeBron carved out a legacy through dominance and durability. Ja's path has been much louder and bumpier, but his raw talent keeps him in the spotlight, even as the comparisons stay mostly at arm's length. Marvin Bagley. Back in high school, he was the #1 guy in the entire class of 2017. He reclassified early, dominated at Sierra Canyon, and was putting up nearly 25 points and over 10 boards per game. Then he took that momentum straight to Duke and didn't slow down at all. In his one college season, he averaged 21 points and 11 rebounds, shot over 61% from the field, and won both ACC Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year. No surprise, he was named a consensus first-team All-American. There was early noise about him being the next LeBron. The expectations were still sky high. He got picked second overall in 2018 by Sacramento. His rookie season earned him a spot on the All-Rookie First Team. Then came Detroit, where he had a couple bright moments, including a game with 21 points and 18 rebounds. He bounced to Washington, had a brief run in Memphis, then went right back to Washington in July 2025. Through 289 games, he's averaged 12 points and 6.5 rebounds. As a starter, 13.6 and 7.5. Markelle Fultz. Coming out of DeMatha Catholic High School, he was one of the top players in the country, a 5-star recruit with McDonald's All-American honors under his belt. Then at Washington, he absolutely filled the stat sheet, averaging over 23 points, nearly 6 rebounds, and almost 6 assists per game in just one season. That earned him first team All-Pac-12 and third team All-American honors. So yeah, it made sense when Philadelphia took him first overall in 2017. But right out of the gate, things went sideways. A mysterious shoulder injury, later diagnosed as thoracic outlet syndrome, completely threw off his shooting. Still, he did manage to become the youngest player ever at the time to record a triple-double. In 2019, he landed in Orlando and had a few strong moments, including a 26-point game and a 28-point performance in separate seasons. The production was there when he was healthy, but consistency stayed out of reach. Then came Sacramento in February 2025 after the Kings needed depth at point guard, but his numbers dipped again, averaging just under 3 points per game with limited minutes. He went from the next LeBron to more about what could have been than generational hype. Injuries kept resetting the narrative. By 2025, he'd shifted firmly into a backup role, miles away from the spotlight he once owned as a #1 pick, Bronny James. From the start, his name drew attention. Being LeBron's son made that automatic. But Bronny built his own reputation at Sierra Canyon, especially during his senior season when he earned McDonald's All-American honors. His stats on the EYBL circuit showed balance, with around 11.5 points, nearly 5 rebounds, and close to 4 assists per game. Then came USC. After suffering cardiac arrest in July 2023, Bronny returned by December, less than 5 months later. Over 25 college games, he averaged under 5 points, close to 3 rebounds, and just over 2 assists. It was a quiet season statistically, but given the circumstances, his comeback was huge. He declared for the draft and went 55th overall to the Lakers, joining LeBron to form the first father-son duo in NBA history. He scored his first NBA points that October and appeared in 27 games total, but with limited production, averaging just over 2 points per game on rough shooting percentages. In the G League, though, he exploded, scoring over 21 points per game and dropping 30 or more several times. He's dealt with lingering effects from his heart condition and faced some sharp criticism, including one incident where he skipped a teammate's press conference. Still, there's hope. Coaches believe in his defense, shooting growth, and effort. He's not the next LeBron, but he might still find his own lane in the league. Greg Oden. Coming out of Indiana, he was a high school monster, leading Lawrence North to 3 straight state titles. He swept up every award you could name. Gatorade Player of the Year, Naismith, Indiana, Mr. Basketball. Then at Ohio State, his lone college season was dominant. Nearly 16 points, 10 rebounds, and over 3 blocks per game. He picked up Defensive Player of the Year and was a consensus All-American. In the 2007 draft, Portland made him the top pick, but the celebration didn't last. Right before his rookie season, he needed microfracture surgery and missed the whole year. When he did play, his numbers were solid, around 9 points and 7 rebounds per game, but his knees kept betraying him. He missed season after season, got waived in 2012, and it never really came back around. He tried again with Miami in 2013, got on the court a bit, and even made a playoff appearance. Later, he went to China and actually put up strong numbers, 13 points and 12 rebounds a game with Jiangsu. He retired in 2016. Early on, he called the next LeBron, although some comparisons leaned more toward dominant centers like David Robinson. His story isn't about legacy records, it's one of potential crushed by injury. Post-retirement, he turned the page, finished his degree, joined college coaching, and fought off personal demons. For a guy who never played more than 105 NBA games, that's a real comeback. Shabazz Muhammad. He came out of Bishop Gorman High School with the kind of hype most players only dream about. He wasn't just winning awards, he was collecting them like trading cards. Mr. Basketball USA, Naismith Prep Player of the Year, MVP of the McDonald's All-American Game, and champion of the Powerade Jam Fest Dunk Contest. At one point, rivals ranked him #1 in the nation. There were even whispers from fans online, tossing his name into next LeBron territory. At UCLA, he backed up the buzz with nearly 18 points and over 5 rebounds per game in his one season. He earned first team All-Pac-12 and Freshman of the Year. His eligibility situation sparked some brief drama, but once it was cleared up, he stayed on the court and produced. The Timberwolves picked him 14th overall in 2013 after a draft night trade. He had some early success, even making the all-rookie first team. But after a few years in Minnesota and a short stint with Milwaukee, his NBA chapter closed. Since then, he's bounced around the globe. China, the Philippines, Lebanon, Indonesia, you name it. As of 2025, he's playing in Jakarta. As for the LeBron comparison, that faded fast. They matched up 8 times, with LeBron winning 6. Shabazz never reached that level, but he carved out a long global basketball career that plenty of players would still envy. Emoni Bates. By the time he was in middle school, people were already pointing cameras at him. At 12 years old, he was dropping nearly 30 points and 12 rebounds at AAU events. By high school, he stood close to 6'10" and was a consensus 5-star recruit. He won Gatorade National Player of the Year as a sophomore, something not even LeBron did at that stage. And yeah, a few headlines did go there. Some folks actually said he was better than LeBron at 15, but once he got to college, the story shifted. He started at Memphis in 2021 as the youngest player in college basketball. Injuries and a position change slowed things down. He averaged just under 10 points and only a few rebounds. After transferring to Eastern Michigan, he looked more like himself again. 19 points a game, third-team All-MAC, and a wild 43-point performance. Cleveland grabbed him 49th overall in the 2023 draft. Since then, it's been a two-way deal. Some time with the Cavaliers, more time lighting up the G League. His best NBA moment so far, a 25-point game in April 2025. The next LeBron label didn't stick. Some scouts lean more toward a Kevin Durant comparison too. Tall frame, smooth shooter, perimeter style. He hasn't hit that level either, but he's still in the mix, still finding his rhythm in the league. Darius Miles. Out of East St. Louis High School, he lit up the national scene, winning Mr. Basketball USA and landing on the McDonald's All-American squad in 2000. He skipped college altogether and became the 3rd overall pick in that year's draft, going to the Clippers. That made him the highest drafted high school player ever at the time. His rookie season was a hit. He made the all-rookie first team and became the first prep-to-pro player to do it. Across his NBA career, he averaged just over 10 points and nearly 5 rebounds across 446 games. His best game? A wild 47-point outburst. Injuries crushed the momentum. In 2006, he had microfracture surgery on his right knee and missed 2 full seasons. Portland eventually let him go, and he had short stops in Boston and Memphis before his NBA career ended in 2009. There were some next LeBron echoes early on, mostly fan chatter connecting the high school hype and athleticism. But once LeBron arrived, any comparison turned laughable. After the league, Darius shifted gears. He appeared in a couple films, lost a fortune, filed for bankruptcy in 2016, and later opened up about his mental health battles. These days, he co-hosts the Knuckleheads podcast with Quentin Richardson, turning his NBA story into something much bigger than the stat sheet. VJ King. Back in high school, he got buzzed up fast, mostly because he played at St. Vincent St. Mary, where LeBron built his name. As a freshman, King became the first to start there since LeBron, which instantly kicked off comparisons. Then he transferred to Paul VI in Virginia and kept the numbers coming. Nearly 19 points as a junior, then over 23 points, and almost 10 boards his senior year. He earned Gatorade Player of the Year in Virginia and was a 5-star recruit. He committed to Louisville in 2016, and the expectations were sky high. But over 3 seasons, he averaged just over 6 points and under 3 rebounds per game. His sophomore year was the peak. 8.6 points and 3.3 boards while starting every game. After his junior season, he declared for the draft but didn't hear his name called. King signed with the Knicks, but only made it as far as the G League. From there, he took his game overseas, first in the UK with the Bristol Flyers, where he made Team of the Year. Then came Germany in 2023, and in 2024, Italy's top league with Victoria Libertas Pesaro. There, he's putting up almost 14 points a night. That next LeBron talk, it faded fast. It was more about location and early promise than anything real. But Kings kept his career going, carving out a solid role internationally. Tiger Campbell, he came up through La Lumiere in Indiana, where he reclassified into the class of 2018 and led one of the top high school programs in the country. By his senior year, he was putting up over 15 points and 7 assists per game. That court vision made him a top point guard prospect. And after decommitting from DePaul, he locked in with UCLA. Right before his freshman season, though, he tore his ACL and redshirted the year. From there, he got to work. Over 133 games, he averaged just over 11 points, nearly 5 assists, and shot over 79% from the line. His senior year was his most efficient, and he left UCLA as one of the top assist men in school history, just behind Pooh Richardson. After going undrafted in 2023, he joined the Magic for Summer League, but didn't land on the roster, so he went to France. At Saint-Quentin, he put up nearly 17 points and over 9 assists per 36 minutes. Then it was Germany in 2024, averaging around 13-5 in Bundesliga play. In July 2025, he signed with the Tasmania Jackjumpers for the upcoming NBL season. As for LeBron comparisons, they are completely gone. On top of that, Tiger's always been known for his court IQ and passing, not highlight reel dunks or freakish athleticism. His journey's built on precision, patience, and gritty overseas work, not empty hype. Tyreke Evans. Back in high school, he was basically putting up video game numbers, over 32 points, nearly 9 rebounds, almost 6 assists, and 4 steals per game. He earned McDonald's All-American Game MVP and came into college as one of the most hyped players in the country. At Memphis, he ran point and didn't disappoint, averaging over 17 points in his freshman year and picking up multiple freshman honors. Then came the NBA. Sacramento took him 4th overall in 2009, and Tyreke exploded onto the scene. He put up over 20 points, 5 rebounds, and nearly 6 assists per game as a rookie. That put him in rare company. Only LeBron, Michael Jordan, and Oscar Robertson had done it before. He won Rookie of the Year and looked like the league's next big star. He bounced around after that. New Orleans, Memphis, Indiana, and averaged nearly 16 points across almost 600 career games. But it wasn't all smooth. Injuries chipped away at his momentum. And in 2019, he got hit with a suspension for violating the league's drug policy. He returned years later, but never found his old form. He was absolutely in the next LeBron conversation early on, especially after that rookie season. The size, the playmaking, the stats, they lined up. But over time, his career became one of those what could have been stories. The talent was real. The trajectory just didn't hold. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to be posting a lot here. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.